So, the final week of My Hero Academia, aka Boku No Hero Academia, arrives. And this is the final episode before season 4, which I'm pretty sure would be either next year or the year after. I'm not sure when it'll be, but it definitely will be next year or the year after, definitely. But uh let's talk about this episode. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this episode in Raw or you guys saw this episode with subtitles because I saw this on Raw and I already know what's happening personally. So, as a manga reader, I already know. So, it didn't matter to me much, but I see people saying that the subs weren't out, so I was kind of confused. But, anyways, uh, let's talk about this episode just in general, like what this episode is about. First of all, this episode is focused mainly on the big three. So, and personally, one of my favorite characters, Mr. Tintin, Mirio Tagada himself, like amazing character for me. Doesn't matter if you feel like he's goofy and everything. I mean, even his voice actor suits him. But yeah, he's technically he's technically said to be close to the number one hero, that is All Might. So pretty much shows why we're in this episode. It just shows why he's said to be like that. Because it's basically you see this man bodying everybody from Class A except for Todoroki and Bakugo, because Bakugo and Todoroki haven't got their pro license yet, and so why they can't, like, they can, but Todoroki is like, nah, I haven't got my pro license yet, so I'm not gonna get in their way. I'll wait until I get one. But yeah, pretty much these people, the big three, they came to explain about the internship, the one where you work with a certain hero, and they were talking about the internal workship. I think so. That's what the anime named it. Uh, I think so. That's what it is. Internal hero work. There we go. That's basically what the anime told. But they're talking about internship in other words, like hero, like working with an actual hero has a sidekick basically, and that's basically what they came to explain. But Tagada was just, let me show you an example, and basically he basically bodied everybody. Not a single person in that room was left standing except for the people who weren't fighting, but that's not the case. I mean, Aizawa could take down not Todoroki, but Tagada in no time. Like, no joke. Mr. Tintin will go down if Eraserhead came down in front of him and just erased his quirk. That's just that simple. But let's also talk about what Tagata says at the end of this episode, basically to everyone in the classroom. And it's basically like this. He basically His quirk has many weaknesses, to be honest. For example, one of the things that he explained about his quirk is that if he goes, like, sinks into the ground or goes past people, it's like bungee jumping when he sinks into the ground, because he can't stay under the ground for a long while, because he have to, like, the ground sends him above again, like it just comes above again, like you're passing through an object but the object cannot accept you for a long time. That's basically how it is. He just passes through the ground like bungee jumping, like that's basically it. So it's all about where he uses his angle and trajectory. Like where does want to land his himself and stuff. And this all basically drives on his instinct. His quirk is basically all about his instincts and why he uses, like, this quirk to like this quirk has many openings, to be honest. Why this quirk has many weaknesses, big weaknesses. So another weakness is that whenever he activates the quirk, he can't breathe in oxygen, and that's a huge thing. So he has to hold out his breath until the quirk is deactivated, which is a huge thing considering oxygen is one of the main things we as a human being we need. So it puts him under a huge advantage. But what makes him different is that he's been training his quirk. Not only his quirk, but his body. He's been training every single thing about himself. Just like Midoriya started training right now. Like, Midoriya started training right now. So imagine if he was training since a kid. If he was training since a kid, right now, having all Might's power would have not been a big difference for Midoriya. Like, it would have made a big difference. But, because he started training now, there is a huge difference because he only achieved 8% of All Might's power. But look at Tagada. This man has been training since he was a kid, and he made a useless quirk very useful. Like this quirk, it has big openings. Like you can do so much that can get you into a lot of trouble. But like the openings, he knows how to cover them, and that's what he did. Like here, like for example, with Midoriya, how he just like took this quirk and just like he was like, "Oh, I'm in trouble right now. This kid is pretty good." So he basically used his body again, even though he already was like kind of in out of bread shape. He still uses quirk again, and he also used binding touch. It's kind of cool, but yeah, that scene was pretty cool to be honest. And Midoriya realizes himself too that this quirk, it basically like his quirk, not Tagada's quirk, but himself, Midoriya's quirk. His quirk is he can train his quirk just like Tagada has. He can train more to himself. So that was a scene for Midoriya to realize that he's not strong. He may think that he's strong for now, but he's still using only 8%. He's not 100% All Might or anything. No, he's still using only 8% of his power. So moving on from this part, let's talk about the conversation Midoriya and Gran Torino had. It's great to see someone after a long time, and that's not Gran Torino to be honest. Like Gran Torino, I mean he's a cool character, but he's not my favorite. But somebody who's my personal favorite and who I will never ever put above series. Like this is cool for me. Like no matter what you say, and that's Sir Night Eye. Bruh, I miss this character so much, and it's such a great character. You guys will love Sir Night Eye if you like Aizawa. To be honest, their personality kind of match together, and kind of like the looks also, like how they give the cold stare and stuff. So if you guys like Aizawa, you would probably like Sir Night Eye. That's all I'll say. I'm like this is like even though you just got like a few seconds of glimpse for his whole scene, like just a 30-second glimpse, I still would put him above Tagada and overhaul for me because he's my personal favorite character of the series. But to be honest, a lot of people would like overhaul and Tagada as season 4 comes in, and you most probably guys will probably like it because the characters are cool. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much it about this episode. Um, Season 3 ends now, but Season 4 will soon be coming. Now, about Season 3, all over, again, great job by Studio Bones on Season 3. They never failed to deliver, but there were certain parts which disappointed me in the season, and there were fillers. Like, it wasn't like it didn't live up to the My Hero standard. It was alright, but it didn't live up to the My Hero standards because it kind of failed to deliver the My Hero aspect of the series. So yeah, it's kind of disappointed with the fillers, except for episode 21 because episode 21, even though it was filler, I wouldn't even call that a filler because this is basically the start of the movie, basically. So that's just I would call it a filler because the movie is canon. So this whole thing should be canon because it's just the start of the movie. So yeah, uh, season 3 was brilliant. Season 4 is gonna be much, much, much dark, deep, and much better than season 3. Brilliant. It's gonna be absolutely brilliant because of what's gonna happen in season 4. So let me know what you think about season 3 of My Hero. Let me know what you think about the final episode of My Hero. And I'll see you guys in the next video as always. Peace.